Let's talk to our next guest who may have I don't know, a story or two as it pertains to this particular subject. He is the face of Dirty Boxing Championship. He is the face of BKFC. He is the king of violence. He is the man himself. And quite frankly, I feel like I miss seeing him in action. We haven't seen him in almost a year. Let's check in with the platinum one, Mike Perry, who's kind enough to join us on this Monday afternoon. Hello, Mike. Mike, we were just by the way, is that a shirt of your wife? Bro, this is next level. You've got one of those shirts of your wife.
Yeah, dude, I love her.
That's amazing. Where did you get that?
I
Hot
made
Topic?
it online.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I love it. It's like the old school now that everyone's wearing with the big faces and the graphics and all that.
Yeah, I be ordering stuff on Instagram. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while.
Mike, we were just talking. We had Lupi Godinez. She told us she had like a stomach issue in her fight on Saturday. She had to go to the bathroom. She had the runs, this and that. Have you ever experienced something like this? Like, she was quite open about it. She thought if it went 5 rounds, she would have been in trouble, like serious trouble. Have you ever dealt with this?
In the fight, no, I've never had a problem in the fight. Like my stomach be hurting before the fight,
Yeah.
but never in the fight have I had that problem.
Okay, good. All right. I was just wondering if you had a story. All right, Mike. Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while, and you just had a fantastic show. In fact, I just got some incredible stats from your team. I'd like to read them. So you had DBX one, Dirty Boxing one. The first one a few months ago was kind of like a soft launch, right? Like a pilot, if you will.
Yeah, back in November.
Yeah, this one, not this past weekend, 2 weekends ago, in South Florida, was amazing. Up to 10.5 million streams, had 50,000 concurrent streams, and was available in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So that's quite the debut. You had Yoel, obviously, in the main event. Tremendous win for him once again. You had Andrei Arlovsky in there as well. Big win for him. How do you feel? 1 official show in the books, 2, I guess, total in the books. How do you feel?
Big stuff, man. I'm grateful to be, you know, the face of it, and I thought that the fights were very Mike Perry-esque as far as entertaining and like the rule set and the styles and the matchups with the brawling force of the action. I thought it was very entertaining. I got my commentary debut.
Oh, yeah.
I think I did all right, and we had Jason Anik in there, who was freaking just as good as his brother. And shout out to Brennan Tobin too. He was our play-by-play, running it through the night, and I was just stepping in with little commentary here and there. I had a great time. It was nice to be able to watch the fights and not be sidetracked by all the people trying to talk to me. No offense, I love it sometimes when a fan comes up and they're authentic and they're appreciative of my past events. But I had the headphones on. I was just watching the fights up close, trying to get some blood and sweat on me up there in the ring. And we had great performers like Yoel and Andre, and there was other guys too. And these guys put their hearts on the line. Some girls too. They fought hard, and it was a banger show, banger first event for a company to come out that way. And we got a lot of attention, and I hope it means lots of endorsements moving forward, lots of eyes and attention on us. And DBX2 is sure to be even bigger.
When do you think that will be?
We were working on dates, and I've had a vacation planned since January with my family, and that's super important to me. So, got my financial advisor calling me. Excuse me, sorry, I'm hanging that up real quick. I'll call him back.
Okay.
But yeah, because I'm making big moves, literally, and but the vacation with the family is very important to me. So we're looking for a date right now. Not in April, but in the next couple months. And I got a call yesterday about a possibility for me to get a last minute matchup. And we'll see what happens with that. That was the call yesterday I got, and we'll see if that comes through today.
That would be a last-minute matchup for you on a DBX card or on another card?
Well, there's options out there for me. I mean, even Conor McGregor was saying Mike Perry needs to come home, and he said something about having a fight with me even at some point, and he thinks it would be a great fight. That's not here right now. Obviously, he's booked up with the UFC. They're using that, and I know BKFC has been working on something. An opponent may have said he needed X amount of time. We're trying to see how much time that is. Today, a lot of questions were supposed to be answered about certain things. And then I got this random call yesterday, so I know, and it wasn't about DBX. We would like to get in the DBX ring at some point this year. It has to make sense. I mean, I've been sitting down, like you said, almost a year now, and with the business and everything that's moving. Also, Platinum Tequila is coming out. I'm the face of Platinum Tequila. That we're about to drop big news on that. There it is. It's such a beautiful bottle. The bottle's going to steal the show everywhere you go. That bottle will be in all the clubs and all the happy, fun time places with people, just celebrating and having a good time. But, with all these business moves I got going on, if I could lock down a time frame and it looks like I might be getting this last minute call, which I said yes to, then it's just in the gym preparing, and nothing's going to take me out of that zone. I'll be in the gym twice a day, focused on what it is I need to do, and I'll be handling all the other businesses through email and however else I can, Zoom call meetings and things like that. But, very busy these days, and I'm very grateful for it, and I'm working
I'd love
hard.
to see it. This last minute one, can I ask who would it be against?
Well, why not? Just for you, Ariel.
Yeah.
KSI is out.
Yeah.
Dillon Danis wants to fight MMA.
Okay.
I'm saying yes, but we got to see what Mams is coming up with over there in Misfits, and they're changing it completely because he was going to fight KSI in what, boxing?
Yeah, but that was supposed to be this past weekend, March 29th.
Yeah, it looks like, the date changed a little bit, but
okay,
might not be too far away. I might get in trouble for dropping that, but
they love us. They love us.
Why not? Let's go, man. So I said yes to fighting Dillon Danis in MMA.
Oh, damn.
But they got to come correct. They got to come correct. It's the last minute call. Would this they want to make the fight happen, let's do it.
He's got a fight that they just announced today against Tony Ferguson on May 25th. Would this be before that?
Yeah, I heard about that with the GFL.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson, I mean, that's good. Maybe he doesn't want to risk that fight. And it depends on if BKFC wants to risk anything. Danis is going to try to grab my foot, and I'm going to try to soccer kick him in the face for sure.
Would it be in April?
Pride rules, baby. Yeah, it would be in April.
And this would
I'm going to get in so much trouble.
No, you're not. They love us. And this would be Misfits MMA?
Yeah.
Wow, they haven't done that before.
Shout out Mams, bro. Dillon wants it. Dillon's been wanting it and hasn't had a scrapper. And with 4-ounce gloves, and I'll just stop them takedowns. He gonna have to pull guard, and I got some ground and pound too. So let's do it.
Would it be in the UK or here?
Good question. I didn't ask those questions when the call came through.
Okay.
I was just like, yeah, let's see what we can make happen. Got to come correct though. It's got to make sense for all parties involved. There's so much it entails with BKFC, DBX, and Misfits, and so it has to make sense.
There's a lot of follow-ups that I want to ask you, but you did mention Conor McGregor's comments about you. I just want to play them real quickly for those that may have missed it. Maybe you need a refresher and then get your thoughts on them, all right?
Yeah, mine was only hearsay. Let's hear
All
it.
right, let's hear it. Here's Conor.
I was just wondering, we got the king of violence, we got the king of the streets, and you being the king of combat sports, is there any interest in going in for the king of violence belt in the future?
Who has got the king of violence belt? Jeremy Stevens? Oh,
It
no,
would be Platinum Mike Perry.
Platinum,
You already
yeah,
scared
yeah,
Jeremy Stevens out of
Platinum's
here.
doing
He's got the
little
gloves
thing with
on
the
again.
big soft gloves. I don't know what he's doing. It was what's it called? The dirty stuff. The dirty. Yeah, it's all right. He should come home. Mike should come home. You know what I'm saying? He still shows love to the game, and we'll always have we'll always have love for Mike Perry for sure. And yeah, me and Mike would be a great fight for sure, 100%.
Okay, so a couple follow-ups there. He's got the padded gloves, the dirty thing. He mentioned dirty boxing, but then it says he would love to have you back home. So this seems like a more positive tone as opposed to the one that we heard last July.
I mean, all respect to Conor for everything he's done, and he promotes quite well. He was just in the White House. I don't know why the hell he buzz cut, shaved his hair the night before he went into the White House looking all crazy. He could have got a nice haircut, all that money you got, and I don't know, you were trying to clean yourself up, or when your beard or your hair gets itchy and you're like, when I was 19 I did that. I'm like, I'm just gonna buzz cut my hair. And he's maybe he's trying to make it sound because BKFC is working, right? So it's like they've been working. He tried to say, "Oh, you're fired," and then you haven't seen me back. And then now he's saying, "Oh, come home," and now you're about to probably see me get a deal with them again. And my deal's always been on the table. My contract, I still had 3 fights left that I would like to fight. I would like to fight those fights, and like I said, it has to make sense. The company's been doing, they've been working with other big companies. They have to speak with other companies sometimes in order to get the things they want done. But like I was saying, he said that because maybe now you're about to see me come back. So then it kind of looks like he is leading the way over there. And, everyone says it, the fans say it. You're not seeing it the way that you do when Platinum steps in there.
Why weren't you on that Knucklemania card in January? That seemed like the perfect card for you.
I believe they were trying to get the right opponent, and they have to make deals with other companies. A lot of these fighters, they sign these contracts and they get themselves into situations where they're not able to compete when they want. They're not their own bosses. They are owned. And the beauty about my contract that I have lots of wiggle room to move around any way that I'd like with my management. First round management does the best deals in the game, period. The cowards are not to be messed with. And, I'm backing them 100%, just like they back me. I'll go to bat for those guys.
Just want to ask you very pointed because you're always very open with us. Are you referring to a Robbie Lawler fight? And is it possible that now that's going to happen?
Yeah, man, I think that's going to happen. I tried to, put a little fire under his butt the other night. I was saying, you dead meat, son.
Where?
You want to come over here. He's a tough fighter. I said it on Instagram.
Okay.
I tried to tweet it. I couldn't find his Twitter. Is it still called Twitter? I don't call it X.
Yeah,
that's
it's weird.
silly.
Yeah.
It's tweets to me. But, yeah, they apparently, I've been hearing this, that I heard I was going to fight January. Then it was February. Then it was March. Then it was maybe April, and then maybe May. So, and now we might need more time. Somebody needs more time to train for me. They got deals done with UFC. It's not the first time I've heard that. And, that's kind of okay. I get it. I think I'm at a point in my career where money's coming in, even when Platinum's not in the ring, and we're setting things up to where when I do get in the ring, because I do every year, always. I get in the ring and I fight every year. And when I do get in the ring, all these other branches are going to explode off of that energy.
And so this Robbie Lawler fight would be fantastic. It would be tremendous. When do you think it could happen? I mean, that is a dream fight for fans of violence. When do you think this could happen?
Man, between June and November. So
Okay.
I don't want to sit down and wait until November. Even June is still kind of far away. I was actually hoping to fight him earlier in May and then go on my family vacation. We're going on a cruise
Nice.
in May. So I was hoping to go fight and then go on the cruise with a black eye or something.
Scare off the other passengers.
No, I already got 2 black eyes.
Yeah. Where's that from?
From my descent.
You look
know
great,
what
by
I'm
the way.
saying?
You look very distinguished.
Man, I'm getting older, man, I guess, I still got the young energy, though. When I train, I was talking to my wife about it earlier. I was like, man, when I was young, I trained all the time. I trained so much. And it's like I learned how to train. Now, in my older age, with all the business stuff I got going on, all the things I need to do, be on my phone, but I be trying to get things done, and then I get caught scrolling a little bit. My wife gets on me. You're scrolling. Well, I'm waiting for the next text message or email to come through.
Yeah.
I guess, but she don't be wrong. But I was thinking, I'm older. I train much wiser now. Like I know how to treat my body when I go into training, and it helps. It helps move things along, gets things done a little faster, a little more efficient.
BKFC is on a roll. They're on fire. They've got big shows and whatnot. In my opinion, you're the first guy to make that jump. You were the first one to say, like, this is worth your time. This is special. This is different. I'm going to go here when everyone is there. And to me, like I said, you have been the face of the company. You have flown the flag. They sign anyone to come fight you. You fight them, and then you beat them. And it's been an incredible partnership. I had Dave Feldman in studio in January before that Knucklemania show, and it was a great chat. But at one point, I felt like if I could read between the lines, I felt like he was a bit disappointed that you took the Jake fight. He insinuated that maybe that wasn't his favorite move for you and that it maybe lowered your value. Did you get that impression from them?
That's easy to say after the fact. It wasn't my best performance. It wasn't the best platinum period that you can get. There's lots of excuses, but I don't have any. So I'm not bringing any excuses. I took a fight because that's what I do. I take fights and I show up and I fucking give it what I got. And there's a few things that I learned as far as my training camp went. And how I would approach something like that again. And I've been saying out here, like, Jake's trying to get Anthony Joshua at this point. He's got the weight to do it after he fought me at 200. He was 228 fighting Mike Tyson. I would do it a little differently. Fighting me at 200 pounds, I'd never fought at 200 pounds. I tried to put the weight on. I was sluggish. I had trouble getting my legs going in the fight. They weren't there. The top heaviness really affected me. The gloves, obviously I spar with gloves, 16s, but fighting with the gloves was different than, especially not fighting with any gloves at all. And Jake said maybe we could fight dirty boxing one day. He won't do the no gloves, bare knuckle type of fight. And I'm saying it's still Paul versus Perry out here. It's still Perry versus Paul, whatever you want to call it. I've said, and comments go crazy online. People are just radicals and they would never dedicate themselves to something enough to get the opportunities. I say, you know, I have to earn that fight and earn this thing again. And they're like, oh, you have to earn it. That's crazy because he's not what? He's out here fighting the best names that he can grab, and he's winning it. Besides a very close Tommy Fury fight, and he had a knockdown in the 7th round, and you know he fought Nate Diaz 10 rounds at 185. Though I feel like at 185 it'd be a much different matchup, but maybe he's a little bigger for that now, and he tried to get me at 200, and I just couldn't quite put it on correctly, and I should have been sharper and harder and maybe a little less weight and a little more focused on just the boxing aspect. And, you know, even in dirty boxing with small gloves, I think you see a much different game where I can grab and tussle with them a little more than I could in the boxing ring. Every time I tried to get a little dirty, they got on my case. And I heard you commentating that fight, you know, even after he knocked me down, the 2nd and the 3rd round were my best rounds. And then the weight started weighing on me. You know, there were some moments, and when I tried to get it dirty, you know, you won't see those moments. They're only going to show you his highlights. If you watch the whole thing, you know, I had some pressure on him. Who else made him bleed? I made him bleed. And, you know, I just got to work for it. And as I prove it in my next whatever performance, my next fight, my next matchup, my next build-up, I will prove that it's still Paul versus Perry out here, and I still want to get him.
Hey there, sorry to interrupt. Just want to remind you, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it very much. And while you're at it, give us a thumbs up too. You know, we've got live shows, interviews, clips, and a whole lot more going on this here channel. All right, now back to the show. Oh, is that a goal still, to get the rematch?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a rematch worth grabbing, and I need to earn it, and I need to fight for it. So who am I going to fight? Why don't I go beat up Dillon Danis in MMA? Then it doesn't matter. Jake's supposed to fight MMA and PFL. You know, I have freedom and with my contracts, thanks to First Round. And, you know, if we can get this deal done and I go beat up Dillon, you know, who's to say, you know, next I don't beat up Logan Paul. I get that fight with Logan Paul. I mean, they're doing great things. I'm not hating. I'm really happy for them that I saw like a preview of their reality show. Mm-hmm. That's great stuff, man. I wouldn't want a reality show. That's not something that I would be into. You'd probably see me yelling at my kids because they're wild, reckless little animals. They need to be yelled at sometimes. That's the only language they understand. I love my children so much. I would do anything for them. I would protect them with my life. But, you know, I'm not ready for the world to just see every part of me and judge me because no one's judging them. All these commenters talking about this, talking about that. These fucking people, who are these fucking people, man? Who cares who these fucking people are? Sometimes they just, and it's my problem. I let that shit get under my skin sometimes, and it's annoying. So, you know, I would love to have a fight and just put myself in the gym and just prepare for a fucking fight, because when I put that energy, when I release that energy in the gym, everything seems to move a little smoother, and business can really tense you up.
Yeah. Speaking of business, you brought John Jones into the mix. And so is he an investor, a part owner now of DBX?
Yes, Johnny Bones has jumped in with Dirty Boxing as a owner, and we're grateful to have him. It was great to see him and speak with him before the fight and after the fight. We ran into each other on the beach, and that's my guy, man. I mean, he's a legend, and that's another thing too. Is like the fan base. John has done what no one has ever accomplished in history, and they just it wouldn't matter if he was 60 years old. They'd be like, even though they talked all that shit on Jake for fighting Mike Tyson, if John was 60, they'd be like, fight Tom Aspinall. And I think John will do it or would do it. He's going to prepare and he's going to plan for it differently and better than any other athlete. And, he's going to put a plan together. It is a tough fight. Only John knows how he can win that fight. And, with Aspinall's size and his explosiveness and speed and in the heavyweight division, if someone can do it, John can do it. But to take everything away from John because they just want to see every fighter lose at some point. That's all they want. And they talk shit on Khabib, and John, but these guys are unblemished. So, shout out Khabib, man. We're supposed to talk. Shout out Overdogs Podcast. We're supposed to talk with Khabib's coach soon. And, I'll extend the invite here. Khabib, we want you and some of your Russian fighters to come to the next Dirty Boxing. We'd love to have you guys at the event and enjoy the show with us.
By the way, what's it been like being on the other side of the fence? Being an owner, being management, having to run the show, people fall out, having to sign this guy, that guy. I know you have other great people working with you as well. We saw, the Kawa brothers, Malky, Primo Kawa as well. You got some people.
Matchmaker,
Adam
AJ,
Kovacs,
done a great job.
Yeah, as well. So, but just having to deal with the other stuff. What's that been like? Stressful?
Yeah, it all comes the last week too.
Yeah.
Everything comes the last week. The ticket sales really blow up last week, and fights fall out the last week, and everything gets changed around, moved around. But these guys handled it like pros. It's Platinum Promotions. I've always been quite the promoter. That's how my career has taken off. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. I show up and fight. And, with the promoter hat, it's authentic. I use authenticity to sell you the game. And I do my research. I talk with these guys. I find out facts and I jot things down. And that way I can tell you the truth about how I really feel about these things. And it paid off last show, and not to say that the next show won't be stressful or even harder, but with this great team, I try to play my role and play my part best I can. I think I promoted it very well, and next one's the best one.
So if all goes according to plan, we're looking at a potential Dillon Danis fight in April in the next couple weeks. Then a potential dream fight against Robbie Lawler some point in the summertime. And then potentially in the midst of all of that, another DBX show, maybe two. There's a lot going on. How are you balancing all of this?
Oh, man, it's easy, really. I just send text messages. I make some of my partners my assistant. I'm like, hey, look, you got to do this because I got to go to the gym right now. I got to do this. I got to work out. Hey, I talked to this guy. I'll just screenshot a message. Hey, look, we're talking about this and this. And here, look, I need you to handle this. I'm going to put you guys in a group chat. It's really just a lot of networking and, just knowing where to put your time and not let your time get wasted.
Okay. You think this all comes to fruition? You feel good? Because I have to
I made it all come to fruition.
No, but all this stuff, because you're a fighter, man. You have such an active pace. You are so busy, and it blows me away that we're approaching a year since your last fight. This can't be easy, right? You must be going a little stir crazy.
I get the itch. I do. I get the itch, but I get in the gym, man. I spar. I train. I have hard days and I have great days. Some days I'm untouchable. Some days I go in there and I think I want to get touched or something, just to feel something. And, so I get I fight in the gym. I know a lot of people said, you don't have your fights in the gym, but I think that's good stuff. Doghouse rules. You got to fight sometimes. And, when it comes to getting an event, it's just, I was thinking for my next one, I should practice doing my walkout and everything up to the show. Like I see Henry Cejudo, he be doing some of these fighters, they do they're getting called out at the gym to walk into the cage or the ring and spar their rounds that day and make it feel more like, and then, people are cheering or they're, I want to make people cheer at the gym. I want to put on a show at the gym on sparring night when people are watching. And, to get into the ring and have an event, it's a privilege. And the nerves that you get to feel that day are a privilege to get to feel that. It's something that you earn. And, as a fighter, we all break into fighting and go, one day, I'm not going to fight anymore. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to be rich enough. I'll use my platform to branch off and have other options. And, but one thing about, some great fighters in history is that they can always come back for one.
Yeah.
And, get that payday. And it's a nice check. Don't get me wrong. That fight night paycheck is great, but also residual income is also great. And then you're fighting for a different reason. You're fighting to scratch that itch. And I got the itch for the event, but in God's time, I'm happy with His timing. And when it comes down to it, because then I got to train a lot. Like I hate fighting. Mostly, that's why I fight the way I do, because I'm so angry. I hate that training and all that shit so much. Shit hurts, but I do it.
I still can't believe that we didn't get the Till fight. And I thought you were going to say Till because he was supposed to be on that card that fell through and he's had his boxing match. How do we go through life with this fight not happening? It's like, it's right there. You're both out of
it makes me crazy that Till said no to $2 million in bare knuckle, and then he fights Anthony Taylor in boxing for like, what do you get for that? Like $300K?
I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
But why not you versus Till in Misfits MMA? He's a Misfits guy.
Well, he was boxing, and then I've been boxing. So, but like, why not? Sure. Why the fuck not? Let's do it.
Or why not you versus Till in DBX?
He got to come down.
You versus Till in DBX.
Oh, let's go.
So what's up? You guys talking?
I love that.
Let's go. What a fight.
Let's make it happen. You hear that, AJ and Cowards and Ice Bags? Let's make that one happen. Darren Till versus Platinum Perry under my banner and Dirty Boxing. And we got the small glove boxing. Let's go with elbows and ground and pound.
You think he does it?
Well, he'll get the padding on his hands.
Yeah.
Let's see what numbers we can come up with. I'm sure we got the money. We've raised so much. Let's make a real fight out of it. Y'all want to get me? I know Malky was talking about getting me in Dirty Boxing this year. Well, pay us and we do it.
By the way, what about like a broadcast partner, right? Because that obviously adds to a lot of the revenue. I know you guys had great numbers as far as the stream, but you can't grow the business if you're giving it away for free, right? So are you in talks with any broadcast partners to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah, they were talking with some platforms, but it's like those platforms would have possibly hurt us. We were looking to get the ratings this show, and doing it on a specific platform. We wanted to share this with the people, but I even saw on YouTube you pay $4.99 for like a members thing. I was thinking, I should talk to the team. But I don't, I got to talk to the team. We got to have a meeting about this. We were in talks with other streaming platforms, and I won't mention them right now because they're not coming to the table with what they have to offer. They're not, or they'll come and they'll lowball us, and it's like we're not here for that. We'll give this shit away. We got endorsements. Shout out Market Cypher endorsed us and covered some costs for the ring, and there's money behind this. So we were more excited for the ratings that we would get that night, and we got a lot. So now we have better numbers to work with, and these guys got to come correct, and let's do business together. It's a business game. So we can show and we can talk and we can play the game. And, we were giving money to our fighters. We were paying them out. We were taking care of our fighters. And a lot of our fighters, all of our fighters, were happy with how the promotion treated them. We're doing things from a fighter's perspective with me. And we're trying to give back to the little guys too. So, I know big businesses don't always like to hear that, but sometimes it's that authenticity that will get you somewhere and could get us in our fan base. And we do have a great fan base. And sometimes there's respect, and sometimes people just like to talk shit, and that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. So I got a lot. Not let it crawl under my skin, but sometimes that's why people like me. It's because I let shit get to me, and I get hot and infuriated. So if these deals want to be done, man, come on in, put something real on the table, and let's fucking make some money, dude. Let's get some views. Let's show the world a banger ass style of fighting. We're in our own lane with dirty boxing. No one else is like us.
You're the man, Mike. Great to have you on. Good luck to you. Very exciting stuff in the works. Appreciate you dropping some of those nuggets. Congrats on the inaugural event. Looking forward to the growth and looking forward to seeing you back in there. We miss you.
Thank you so much, brother. I look forward to getting back, man. Shout out to my peoples, man. Shout out Bucked Up, Young LA. Shout out First Round. Shout out Marcus Cypher, Dirty Boxing, Platinum Tequila coming soon. That's the one that's going to take over the game, bro. Platinum's next fight, too. Count on it. Let's go, Ariel. Thank you, brother.
Much love. There he is, the great Platinum Mike Perry. Always great having him on. Always a ton of information. He's happy to divulge with us. And what about that? Is Dillon Danis going to fight him before his GFL? There's always so many twists and turns before we get to this GFL 1 and 2. I thought he was going to say maybe, well, the Robbie Lawler one is the one. Like, of all of those, sign me up. But where do I sign up for Robbie Lawler versus Mike Perry in bare knuckle? Like, that is the one. The guy who produced this moment, I mean, ruthless Robbie Lawler, one of the most vicious, one of the most ferocious, one of the most feared strikers in the history of MMA, fighting that guy in bare knuckle, incredible. Number two, where do I sign up for Darren Till versus Mike Perry? How do I make that happen? Where do we make this happen? Who do we need to talk to? Those are the ones. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.